This Tuesday night began as I err night would. I was in my office when my partner barged in. "Sir, you need to see this." He's my partner, George, but currently he's new, so he doesn't know much. I say to him, "What is it, George?" He tells me there's a case about two kids breaking inside an old abandoned house on Cotton Belt Road. Suddenly I got a headache, and then George went up to me and asked if I was okay, which I replied, "Yes, let's go." I'll walk it off. It was about 3:35 a.m. when we got there. It took a while for us to get there, considering it was almost on town. And then when we got there, an old house looking like a house from the 1940s or 50s. As I stepped closer to the house, I could tell the place was rotting and decaying, like the life has been sucked out of it. As I got to the house door, I barged the door open. As I opened it, everything in there I could tell was decaying, sick and broken. It makes sense after such a long time. I told George to look around the house to find the kids. I told him to look upstairs as I looked down here. I first checked the living room. There was a couch there and old toys on the floor, dust everywhere. And the place had a rotten smell to it. As I continued walking, the headache came back harder this time. I almost wanted to scream, but I decided to focus on what was important. As I walked further, I noticed an old TV standing in the middle of the room. I could tell it was one of those black and white TVs from a long time ago. Each time I heard a creaky noise as I approached the kitchen, and I saw it in a mess of dishes everywhere with cockroaches on the floor. I realized there was a calendar here of 1965 because the last people who owned this house went missing that year. We had a case on it for a while but never found them. Since then, the place has been abandoned. I brought my camera with me to show proof of where they could have gone, the owners and the kids. But I was beginning to run out of memory, so I put it away for now. Suddenly I heard a loud banging noise coming from near the door nearby, and it got louder and louder. I had to go check what was inside, and it sounded like a little girl crying for help in there. So I barged the door open and found a playroom filled with toys all over the floor, like an old change-a-face clown game on the floor with pieces all over it. And then I found a page called The End. It seems like a little kid drew this. You can see how poorly drawn this is. But the first page says, "I am Cassie," and here's my friend Georgie. It shows a little girl next to a boy, and then they're just next to each other. I feel like I've heard that name before. Casey. Maybe an investigation case. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't there when it happened because I only entered the forest about 10 years ago. I just keep looking for stuff. But then suddenly I heard a loud banging noise over and over and over again. Like someone was stomping their feet and they were dragging something as well. So I decided to hide and catch it off guard. But I was not prepared for what we were about to see. I saw a bag dripping with water and dragged across the floor. And a thing dragging it. It had a black, skinny shape, but spiky ends on its limbs. It reeked of rotten flesh. It had a mask that looked like a little girl's face, with blank, empty eyes and sharp teeth. It had a bag head, or I think bald head, but there were fingers on its head appearing, but like hair on its head. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in total fingers on its head as it dragged on the floor to the window. But I noticed that this bag was moving still, meaning whoever was in there was still alive. I knew how to do something now. So I got out the bed and said, "Freeze! Get your hands on the ground now!" The thing twisted its neck and looked at me, and it with those blank white pupils. And then the thing said in the sort of voice, Suddenly, the thing jumped out of the house through the window with the body bag, heading towards the forest. I called down George to follow the thing through the forest. But on the way, we began seeing blood tracks all over the floor as we ran trying to find the monster, but eventually we lost it. But we found pages of the monster dropped, which has 4 more pages that we can use as evidence for something or whatever this thing was. But the worst part is I lost those goddamn kids. I was changing my stuff to that thing. I promise I'll never let that happen again. to make sure I found whoever this thing was. Now the pages I found were interesting. The second page said me and him love having fun. So cute kids playing with toys. And the third page said, me and him wanted to watch the night sky at the special spot, which could be where the monster thing was heading towards, because in the next page, we went on our bikes, but I think mine was personally better. But what really could be on that page, they went to there's a dark figure hanging from the trees. And the last page I got, it said, but then my friend's bully Jack showed up, showing the same dark figure watching. Honestly, my head's pounding with this entire experience. But what confuses me most is what that thing said. Sorry, Terrence, your services will come later. How does it know my name, and what does it mean my services will come later? I honestly have no idea, but recently I looked through old documents at the police station, and I found an old missing case from 1958 about several people going missing in the area of that house, and one of those people's names was Casey. Hey guys, if you liked the video, like and subscribe. This is the first time I've ever made a creepypasta before, so it's pretty interesting. I've never really been invested in so I made a channel about this, but I decided to try to make it, and I decided to make this called Alignment Chapters. This is the first part. There's going to be more parts in the future where this can get better and more interesting. I might check out other creepypasta stuff or analyze some stuff. Other than that, I thank you all for watching the video to the very end. It means a lot to me. This is the first time I've ever done this, and I hope you all enjoyed the creepypasta part 1. As always, good night everybody. Sweet dreams.